All right, so this is Wrapped. This is the song JoJo. It's like the second of these instrumental licensing things I'm doing. And I'm going to play it down, and then we're going to talk all about kind of the guitar thing. It's fun, 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 fun. Enjoy JoJo. Mixed by Nate Perry and me. So my buddy Nate did this with me. Here we go. Okay. Wow. Wow. I'm so excited. I haven't been this excited in a very, very long time. This whole doing kind of my own music again is just what the doctor ordered. Yeah. So, there you go. So, the guitars are, well, real quick, and we've talked about this, the drums are superior. Not that they're superior, but they're superior drummer. Maybe they're superior. And some samples in with Trigger. Bass is, what is bass? Bass is a DI and Axe Effects. One's kind of a subby, one's like a distorted, and they're blended. The main guitar is this, which is left side is my, and the right side is my Matchless. And those were tracked live stereo with the effects. It's a couple people are asking. It's the I think dotted eighth on the El Capistan, the Strymon. In the Eventide H9, it's the classic chorus, and I believe it's in the vintage delay. I love that chorus. So a couple of people commented, were like, what is that? So that's what that is. That's the classic chorus, but it's in the delay. It's not in like the modulation section. And I may have changed a little something, but a lot of it not. I mean, the delay I set from scratch. And then the reverb is the golden plate. Yeah, the golden in plate mode, the U8 golden. So, and that's my Strat. So you'll see here you've got left side is Mesa. Actually, you're looking at to your left there. And then Matchless. And then together you get this. The Mesa is very hi-fi. I believe this is a new multi-watt dual rec I got last year, and from what I've heard, the clean section is basically the clean channel out of the Lone Star, which is awesome. It's very kind of deluxe reverb, but it's very hi-fi. Yeah, and I like it. So there you go. So that's that, and then we've got the bass synth, which is the Wub Wub. This one, let me play a second of it. 80s. It's almost like one of the scenes in Stranger Things. But finding the volume that I liked for this was a little bit of a challenge, just because it's not, I don't want it to sound like Thompson Twins or like, some super 80s thing. So here's the volume of the synth with the track. Kind of like right where I liked it. I had it a little louder, and when I went in the truck, it was like, I felt like I was hearing it too much. And here's the pad, which I turned up from the last mix. These are both Analog Factory, so here's them all in. And if you take the bass Wub Wub, listen to it now without it, with it muted. It's cool, but it's like there's something about that. That's actually, as soon as I wrote that. I actually kind of came up with this guitar part years ago and have used it for just demoing guitars. And I've always thought, maybe one day we'll have a little fun with it. But as soon as I was like, I started playing it, the first thing I heard was almost like a static. Almost like the way like Linkin Park does that. Like if you listen to like Crawling, it's like, it's like, I don't know, it creates tension. And then the first lead here part, and this was one that we were like going back and forth because I sent some of the finished mixes to Nate that I was working on, and he was like, maybe it's a little too pokey. Oh, shoot. I didn't kill the phone. He said, it feels like maybe it's a little louder, a little pokey. And I was like, well, maybe, all right, let me work on it. Maybe I'll do a little multi-band. And then he had suggested, which we already had an LA2A on it, he said, try it in limit mode. So I tried it in limit mode, and, this is now a game of like millimeters, it's like, but it seems like it's in a good spot. Personally, I like it to feel a little loud. And I remember, I think it was Brower when I was at Mix the Masters, he said, every great mix has to have some elements that are too loud. He said, if the mix is too polished and too even, it becomes boring. So, I don't know. Not sure if that's what's going on. But here's where I ended up with the wah-wah. And again, this is Les Paul into Axe FX with the Mark IIc Plus with the wah-wah. I think I had the Clyde wah-wah and, just using the expression pedal. So this is all Axe FX, not an actual wah-wah, the wah-wah in Axe FX. Part of me still wants it louder, but I think that I'm gonna shy that this is a cool spot because it doesn't really stand out as like, hey, this is the lead, because the next part is. So it's kind of almost like a little bit like where he puts like in some spots like Man in the Box. It's like subdued, right? TV. That's it. Now I'm gonna be happy. Keep in mind, the main guitars I tucked in when it comes into the whole solo section. So they were at like plus 4.8 and now they're at plus 3.3. I'm going to tuck them in just a little bit more because they're poking out. It's cool, but like I I don't want people to be like listening still to the rhythm. I want to shift their attention or their, coming back into it. Now I just tuck down the main guitar part I brought in. Given a little more space and the pokey, because the thing is with the guitars, they do poke out. They have like in the clean part, right? This part here. I don't want to like just, I don't want to just, flatten them into the world. It's right here. It's like, that sounds like Flesh for Fantasy. I'm so stoked. Well, not that I want to sound like anybody else, but it does. It's cool. It makes me happy. Here we go. Right, and that opening note is a little like it's not as and the truth of it is this is a long section that I chopped off because this was just like me playing, like I was just like kind of improvising, and it was a jam, so it wasn't meant to like become this, but this part I liked, so I just chopped off. So there was a lead in that's not there, so sometimes it feels a little bit like that. It's not a bad thing, but I'm going to take and turn this up just a hair. And if you use that Apple and then you move, you get in single increments. So here it is, a little louder on the first. And it naturally gets louder, and it's not so much that it's louder, it's that once this is gone, it's like then the compressor will then pull up the solo. So there's a little overlap, and that's fine. It's there's a little overlap, but that's natural. Now here I brought in an H delay that I automated. So this is a long delay that I have this is G echo. It's an H delay, and I also have this now also running into my vocal verb. So it's like a big kind of washy thing, and it only comes when I hold the note. So let's see if we can solo this. Yeah, so you'll hear it when I'm in here, it's clean. I'm automating the input here. Where is the? Yeah, here it is. So if you see, here's the input into this delay. You'll see it's muted. Obviously not ding, 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 but you get to hear it. So, and the main thing is that this section, I want those cleaner. I wouldn't put that much delay on them because it kind of defeats the purpose. You want them to be, it's kind of like almost like a little bit of an Ingve kind of thing. So here we go, going into it, and you'll hear that delay kick in. And then what I do is I basically hold that high note. I just do it like 4 times, but you'll see here's the volume on it. It's tucked down right here. You can see it comes down because then I got the third section, which we'll get into. So here it is coming into it with the automation on. No, the automation here 9 and 10 is going into the H delay. Let me just get rid of, because I'm hearing just a little too much like of the initial ticking. The initial like you can hear like the repeats, right? So let's go like this. Let's try this. Let's see if this is better. Because right in this area, probably around 3K, is where it's like beep, beep. You can hear the echo, so it's kind of subduing it, right? That's the other reason why I pushed it also into the reverb. So I want this to kind of just go away into like a ghosty thing. I turn down the output of the guitar part itself, but you'll hear I keep going. So if I let me kill the solos that we're going into. So now you'll just hear it follow out. Out there. Oh, this is going to be cool. So here's now what it goes into, which is first this guitar. And then this guitar. It's like traumatic. It's like it's tragic romance to me. That's what this sounds like. So here it is together, the two parts. It's like, oh man, I love her, but man, she's driving me crazy. You know, just like something dark, just something underneath, right? It appears it like wants to be happy, but it's not. So there you go. This is session guitar playing, guys. You see people just going crazy with like learning how to shred, but this is a totally different, you have to be able to play well, but this is a whole different world of like music and arrangement and like emotions, and especially if you're doing licensing. A lot of people have been asking. I'll get into more. I'm by no means an expert, but I have done a fair amount over the years. So I know a few things about it, and I've had a bunch of libraries picked up, so I've been able to do the work. But yeah, it's more to it than just, yeah. So if you're interested in doing this kind of stuff, my first advice is learn a lot of stuff. Get yourself a good foundation of pop, rock, metal, country, hip hop, whatever, so that you can think different things other than just like, I'm into, people are into Tool, like I'm into Tool. It's like, oh, that's cool, but that's like one thing, So anyway, there you go. La 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 la. Here it is, all going in with the delay. It ends victorious. On the first turnaround, definitely goes dark, right? So here's I'm kind of showing you. This is what I'm thinking about when I'm doing this kind of music, right? To me, that's extremely Viking. It's like very like alpha, like everything's awesome. Look, check it out. And then it gets like into this other thing of like, like victory, but then it's like it turns in the midst of this. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I mean, I gave you a little dance. There's a little show there. But this is what because there's story arcs, there's dialogue, it's a different thing. It's not just like, it's not just like my band and my thing and my trip, though this is my trip, but it's focused in a different way. Traditionally, there's a lot of licensing is no vocal, or there's just like chant vocals. Like I could do a chant in there, like Haze. And if I decide to, I'm on the fence about all this. I'm kind of tired of giving my music away for nickels and dimes and then things not happening. Like I gave away a lot of great riffs the last couple of years. I wrote a lot of songs and some things went good and I got paid. But this is me. And this is not going to be like, this would have to go out to the right situation that was like serious, and but that's it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, I got 18 minutes before I got to get to work, so I'm going to send this to you guys, and there you go. So yeah, and if you have any questions about this, and again, I've got a fair amount of experience with licensing and cues, and they call it bumper music and music before and after. I used to write. I was like an in-house composer at POP Sound in Santa Monica, Pacific Ocean Post. We did a lot of sport commercials, beer commercials, a lot of video games. I did a bunch of games for I can't remember what. Let's see. Let's go to it. Let's see if we can figure out, and then we're gonna wrap this. Press? Is it press? I don't know. No. Where is it? Media? Yeah. Like, these are commercials, right? And we did these I think in Hollywood. This is, yeah. I think this should pop up. Yeah, so we did this. This actually became a part of their campaign. We kind of got hosed on this, to be honest with you. We designed a sound that became what they used for years. And what they did was they took our work and then they gave it to their in-house guy to just copy. But, that's life.
Right now, you're thinking you need to skip breakfast to lose weight. Good thing you know, research shows women who eat breakfast, like the Special K breakfast, actually weigh less. The Special K breakfast, now in new cinnamon pecan. With crunchy cinnamony flakes and real pecans, it's our yummiest cereal ever. So why skip when you can eat all this and still weigh less?
And they're all fuzzy because these come out as these are just sent to me from the ad agency, and they're low res. But anyway, that gives you an idea. So, and you can hear like the rhythm of the music, and you can hear the rhythm of the video itself and the dialogue. Watch it one more time. You can see that we were making this to the video. We weren't just like, this isn't something we just composed.
Right now, you're thinking you need to skip
Right on the hard stops was ding ding bells.
breakfast to lose weight. Good thing you
I remember
know.
that part was awkward. I was always like a little conflicted about the way we did it.
Good thing you know. Research shows women who eat breakfast. You need to skip breakfast to lose weight. Good thing you
I mean, that thing off the arm, it was a little corny, but
know. Research shows women who eat breakfast, like the Special K breakfast, actually weigh less. The Special K breakfast, now in new cinnamon pecan, with crunchy cinnamony flakes.
you hear it. The music ends at right as she says cinnamon pecan, right? Because you don't want to overlap the vocal.
Cinnamon pecan, with crunchy cinnamony flakes. The Special K breakfast, now in new cinnamon pecan, with crunchy cinnamony flakes and real pecans. It's our yummiest cereal ever. So why skip when you can eat all this and still weigh less?
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if you guys get that. Anyway, that's kind of did a bunch of other stuff, but you get the gist of it. So there you go. I got to go to work. If you have any questions, you know I'm here. Yeah, buddy.